Here we are on a customer record within NetSuite. Notice that we have a Create Contract button. When we click that, it's going to launch our Anapact integration. Notice it's going to look up any contract templates that this user has access to within the Anapact application. We have a certain amount of dynamic and metadata fields that we can then link to fields within the NetSuite application, such as company name, address. Notice that we have contract name as required. The rest can be entered both in Anapact or within NetSuite by linking. We also have custom fields where we can just enter text values. And dynamic fields are fields that will actually display in the contract, whereas metadata is just information about the contract that then becomes reportable later on within the Anapact application. Okay. So we complete our person responsible here, and we click Create Contract. It actually navigates us into the Anapact application, where you'll see we've filled out our mutual non-disclosure agreement, and all of our fields are filled in. And we can click Update Dynamic Fields because I noticed that the address was a little formatted incorrectly. So I'm going to come in and correct that. And you can think of this instead of having to do find and replace within a standard Microsoft Word. We have one place to update all the fields within the contract. Okay. We can update our field value, the metadata value here, with whatever information we want prior to saving or submitting this. And in this particular scenario, we only have two steps. We have an internal signature and a recipient signature. We also support sending a document for review from as a Word or PDF document, as well as approvals. And we can have multiple approval steps, but we really only have one review step within the process. And once we complete that, we submit. And that's going to send out for email to the internal signatory in their email. You'll notice it has a status of signature pending. So if we go over to my inbox, you'll see here that it's been sent for signature, and we can sign that document by clicking the link. We do not get, agreement to terms and conditions here because we're an internal signatory. And we say next sign, and we can come in and adopt and sign with our signature. Now it's going to send this out to the recipient signature as well at this juncture. And while that's sending through email, I want to show one additional thing here with regards to the contract. The status moves to action pending, so we need an external signature at this point. And if we go into the contract, it is locked down. We can't make any further edits, but we can see how the mail has been delivered both internally and externally using email tracking. And you'll notice that I get an email saying the contract has been signed. And if I go to my other inbox, now it's ready for my counter signature as the recipient. When I click this, it's going to take me in and it's going to give me terms and conditions agreeing to electronic communications, electronic signature. I can also assign it to someone else if I need to. And then, of course, similar to the previous process, we can come in and choose our style and sign this document. And click done. And that's updating the document with the signature. It's also generating it as a PDF and sending it to the recipient. You'll notice that once we refresh within the document here, we can still add metadata fields, so if we need to tag it with additional data after the fact. And we can also set workflow for future dates to be reviewed, just reminded of, so renewals, things like that. Within the application. We can also view this contract from within NetSuite with links into Anapact. So we see here we display the contracts and we have a link within the Anapact application to actually view the contract. Okay. then we can also download it as a PDF from within the NetSuite application. And lastly, as mentioned, the counterparty also gets a copy of the contract that they can download.